Hey, hello, plastic people. So let's see what we've got today. So we've gotten through frame assembly, Z motion, XY motion, gantry. Today we're going to tackle the bed and probably electronics. Try to do the belts as well. Bed's like 3 steps. It's such a small frame. I'm just going to go ahead and do it rather than come back to it at, a couple pounds tops. It's not like the bed for a 350 2.4 that you're going to be moving that thing around, and it's huge and heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the bed first, get it on there, and then flip it over, work on getting the electronics attached. We'll see where we're at. I'm only going to plan on maybe an hour or so today, so not a real long run through. I'm waiting on parts to get my 2.4 back up and running. I was doing the stealth burner upgrade and didn't plan on the change over to the stealth burner board with the smaller JST connections, and I had to order some more of the pins. So I'll work on that when those get in. But let's get this bed attached and see where we're at. I have already gotten the magnetic build surface on there. This time, as my Nikon doesn't seem to want to stream today. So we'll just have the Logitech Stream Cam for the time being. So a little different camera view as well. Hopefully the light is all right. Let's get this other one on. There we go. That's better. Well, we won't need that. And we won't need all of these. These are all parts for new doors on the 2.4. And one of my reason my isn't working, there's the parts cooling fan for the 2.4. Okay, so didn't even clean up my workspace. We've been busy all week, so not a lot of time for keeping things up. And here's the bed. I've already got the magnet on it. And I've already got the out of the way. And it's calling. Let's go back to the desktop. Bed, 3 knurled nuts, and 3 3x16s. Knurled nuts are right here. Three by 16s. All right there. Let's see if this is the right bit. No. I think this one should be. That one is. I'm going to have to charge my ES15. Did not realize how low that was getting. Let's get our nuts into place here. I see one. I don't see the other. I know I put 2 in there. There's that one, and there's one of those. I'm only seeing one, and I need 3 or 2 in there. So I might have to take that one side of this off just so that I can get another one in there. There's definitely only one there. So let's get this in. And these are different knurled nuts, but they'll do the same job. Might as well go ahead and get these two on here. That way I don't lose nuts again. Let's just turn it this way. Alright, I think I've got it stuck in the auto drive. It's alright. Pull this one out. Get this one in. Well, if I can remember that I've got magnets on this screwdriver. Guess I'll just drop everything today too. Always nice to start out with having to disassemble and reassemble. Okay. Grab something I think is not going to be magnetized, and it is. All right, well, at least it wasn't too painful. this around here. Get those set. Okay. Hopefully I don't bump and move things around too awful much while doing this. All right. Well, that was much less painful than expected. Bed is in. So, I'll go back here. Clicky, I don't believe this is doing... I need to make sure I've got all those parts before I move on to it. Belts don't look too bad. And I do have the carriage printed out, so we may do that later. But let's... I'm still watching to see when V0.2 will be out for the mini stealth burner. I do have all the parts, so I might do that one, but we'll see. Let's go here first. So I need the inlet M3x6s. I've got the inlet here. Get my inlet skirt. And I do have figure what's more Gucci than a touchscreen on a tiny printer. So we do have the wave share. We do have the wave share touchscreen to put on this one. Do not know how well it's going to mesh with some of the skirt parts I've already got printed out. I may have to modify some or leave off some, at least initially. But I figure I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. That looks like the piece for that. So I need two M3x6s. And it does show to flip this upside down. which, let's put some M36s in these sides so they don't go flying out and I lose my preloaded nuts. And then we'll flip this upside down. And I still lost some preloaded nuts because I still forgot about these in the back. And we'll set those to the side. Looks like only 6 of them. All right. This it shows. It's like this way in here. And this will go in just like this. And then it should just snap into place. And I see OBS Studio disconnecting, reconnecting. Should not be a problem with my connection, but sometimes you never know. All right. All right, I see this being a little fiddly. There's no access holes here, so you have to kind of feed it through there and poke and hope, it looks like. Not as bad as I was expecting it might be. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. Let's loosen these a little bit. Now it looks like there should be a small gap here. Right, so that's in. So we're already set here. Actually, it looks like I might be a little, maybe I need to squeeze it just a little further to the left if it'll go. It might, tolerances may not let it. Don't want to get to a point where something doesn't fit right. Right, there we go. Okay. So now it's onto the power rail, which I've already affixed those to the power supply so that it's ready to go on there. got that, and then M3 by 10. Four M3 by 10s. All right. 3 by 6. Here's my M3 by 10s. Need 4 of those. And that is showing, looks like it's coming across this way. Which these have to come out. So that we can push the nuts. Down the way. Nope. Help push the nuts down the way. There we go. All right. These don't seem to have pockets for the screws to line up into. Get one on first, and then we can slide the din rail into it. Okay. Not as bad as it is looking like it might be. Hi, Jim. No, I did not order the duet board. I am using a octopus, and I'll be using the Big Tree Tech CAN bus boards to go with it. I did look at the duet, but I'm not as familiar with that stuff, so I decided to stick with the octopus and clipper instead of the duet, and either rep or clipper. Maybe in the future another board or another printer build. So far I'm liking this one. It's documentation isn't fully there yet, but it's pretty close, and the kit's been overall pretty good. Comes with the star drives you need for these screws, which is great. I didn't need them per se because I do have my iFixit kit, which has all of them. Yeah, definitely lots of options, and I had to go back through different things to go with. Let's see. So it says the orient. I got the AC side near that. Then the control rail. Now, I do have, again, I pre-mounted the DIN clips on the octopus and the one on the Pi already. So those are good to go. And I don't have to worry about doing those right now. I have them out of the way. I think this is going to come off though, so that I can, maybe I'll get it off. I went specifically with PETG for these parts to get that flexibility, but it'll be a lot easier to do, get these little get these screws in here without that in my way. I'll have to look back too. I just realized the thermal fuse for the bed is underneath the table. I have to look through there and make sure I didn't miss a step. It's possible it wasn't called out yet until you get to wiring. Now, let's make sure our spacing's going to be good enough. And it looks like it will. Don't want to get it all nice and tight, go to mount things and to wire things, and all of a sudden there's something wrong with spacing. Well, at least this side, before you get the rail in, it wasn't so bad. It's not been so bad to get this other side in either, though. Would be nice to have ferrous screws, though, for when you do drop them. But other than dropping them on the floor, most of it's been actually really simple to get in there. So, AC side to the plug. And that's in. Let's see what we got over here. I am going to say, let's put it with power at the same end as, well, this is the power out. Let's put it this way. I can always loosen and scoot if I need to. And they show the pie. That way, so I'm definitely going to have to loosen it up a bit. Looked like we might have had enough room, but got to take into account all the plugs. Certainly plenty of those in there. May have to move the power supply a little as well. Got to have room to plug in the stepper. Yeah, this is easier. Even easier this way. Let's see. They don't show a preferred orientation. May change this when we get to layout for the wiring. Well, at least these things are easy enough to pop on and off here, because I see for sure where it's going to need to probably sit differently just to get plugged in at least. This stepper is most definitely cutting it close. There's only just enough room for the plug once you get the power supply on there. Of course, once I get ferrules on, those shouldn't be too bad. They can be pretty close. I will be powering the Pi off of the Octopus. So that should eliminate at least one cable. I may go ahead and not even use the USB for it. So, well, I think I got to use the USB to go to the CAN board, and then the CAN board will run the Octopus and it will run the tool head board. So we've got that all in. Let's see where we're at. I'm already down here, so let's go ahead and get the skirts. It's upside down. Rear left. 4M 3x6s. Hopefully I can figure out which one is the rear left. I got a ton of skirts. And I do have also printed out, don't know if I'll use it, a tiny little air filter. This is the, what is this called? I found it on the Tri-Zero. Which is also where I found the WaveShare touchscreen mod. Or I thought I found it on there. Maybe it didn't have a picture. All right, I don't see it. I thought I found it on here. I thought it was like Zero Filter or something like that. Basically, it's a smaller version of the Nevermore to work in the smaller printers. Okay. Well, that's not the right one for there. So that would be front. That looks right. No, that can't be right. Or maybe it could be. And I might have printed out more than I needed, and very well could have printed out the wrong pieces. I think it's this one for there. Then I need a center, which could be this one. No. All right, so that's the one right there. There we go. That one. And that one. Well, this one will be the easy one. It's that middle one that's going to be a pain. Okay. Oh, I've got the wrong size. M3 by 6, and I'm trying to use a 10. That won't work right. There we go. Use the right tool for the job and things work out better. And this thing worked out a little better on the other side, so let's just use it here. And I'm looking at the skirts, and I'm wondering if maybe I didn't print out everything. I guess I could turn this kind of that way, maybe bring this in over here. The focal range on this thing looks to be a little better than the DSLR. While I was at Best Buy, I did look at lenses, maybe go to a shorter focal length, because the one that's on there now is 18 millimeter. They had a 10 to 20, and I think that would give me a nice range. I'm not sure what this stream cam is. Even my gaps are pretty decent. All right, well, there's the rear. So that looks like the right one. Okay, good, good. So, see, left skirts, which will be this side over here. Five 3x6, 6 3x8. Oh, this is going to need the fans. That's why those are different. There's the fans. And I printed out these little things, which are basically just the first few layers of these, so that I can put the blanks on this side, and then I'll have the fans over here, and then I can just super glue or double-sided tape those little grills on just to kind of keep it somewhat cohesive. I'm getting tired of crimping from all the stuff I had to crimp yesterday, so now I'm going to have to crimp on these Sun-Ons so that they'll work. Okay. So I need one fan support. That'll go, I think, that way. Not quite sure why it called for that to be. Go here. And here. That's not the right one. That way. No, wrong way. That way. And then that goes in there. And that looks too small. That's the wrong one. That one. There we go. That's the way it works. Okay. 5M 3x6s. It appears to have caught, so we should be good. Noticing a feature here. I'm wondering if it's for that exact thing, but it doesn't look like it. I'll show you here in a second what I was seeing. It does look like it will work for the centerpiece. do not remember what I did with my deburring tool. I don't see my deburring tool, but I found my razor blade. But I'm wondering if we clean this out. I did print these with a brim. I'm wondering if we clean it out, if one of the screw heads might slip through there. It looks like they may. Bit tight, but if they can fit through there, then you can get these just started. So where they're in there, and then you can line it up. And then just slide them on. Maybe. No, still seems like it's been a little easier just to try to line it up and then screw them down. But they are there, so if you're building one, give it a try and see if that works. It might just be the remains of my brim. It might be the difference in these button head screws that are used in this particular kit. May not quite fit through there like some other screws may. I'd definitely try it at least once, see if it works. Might save a little bit of a headache. All right, for this one, I think I will do that. Because this piece has a much bigger hole there. To easily slide in. I don't have to look and see which way that goes. And I think the 6 M3/8 will hold my fans in. Yes. All right. I still need to figure out what is causing that. I don't know if it'll show on the camera. Little burnt look on some of my prints off my V0. All right. So that looks like, try to figure out exactly how that is showing. Looks like we should be blowing in Okay, I see kind of how that's going. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put them in this way. So it's showing screwing in this way. And I'm going to put them with the wiring down. I can always route the wire back up. Ream these holes real quick. I need it to bite into the fan plastic, not into this plastic. So that way it'll hold the fan in place. The button head, the screw head will rest against this and hold that in place. So this doesn't need to be threaded. Okay. So there will be the first one. Well, that doesn't thread into the fan. It says use the M3x8s, but those just fall right in there. They don't bite it at all. Let's see if I might have another screw. I've got some M4x6s. Those slip right through too. All right. Let's see, let's check my PC box. This is not the right bag, but I saw a couple of fan screws in here, so. All right, those will work. So I just need to find where my other fan screws are at. So I thought were in this box. Yep, there they are, a whole bunch of them. Let's go with the black ones. I think it says I need 6. I think that's 12. These will be Phillips for sure. There we go. Now the question is, will they fit in here or do I need to drill it out? So these are the same, these are just the same screws you'll get with any PC fan. Does not appear to fit in there. Easy fix. I've got the drill right here at my feet. Metric bits. All right. So I'm going to use a 5 mil. That looks to be not too big. Let's drop down to a 4 mil. I'd rather it be undersized and cut threads than oversized and not hold. And I can always take more off. So now, this may not be a problem depending on the fan used. These sun-on fans that I've got may be where the issue lies. So now I've got some holes there. Let's see if we can thread into there. Well, those don't like it, but they're going in. Just takes a little pressure. So we got the first one in. Get this one in. And I went ahead and drilled all 6 of these holes so I can get them in. There we go. And that's one. And we'll get the other. Don't know what plastic the fan casings use. It could be nylon or ABS. Of course, I'm screwing into ABS on this printed part. And it's a bit tough to get it started, but once it's going, once that thread is cut, maybe it'll just break the ABS part like that, but that's all right. It'll still hold the fan. It won't affect the functionality, and the only person that'll notice there is probably me and anybody watching this. I think that one just cracked too. The other side went in without a problem. This side had two cracks. All right. So on here we've got that in. They show the hubs to the outside. And then on the other picture, they show the screws go on the inside. That means they're blowing out. That's what it looks like. So they show the screws going on the inside. So that should go in just like that. And there's my driver. There we go. That's right. I'll put those on with a couple pieces of, get those on like that with a couple pieces of VHB, and that'll cover up those hubs fairly well. And that will draw air through the bottom. That should reach fans should be on this side, so that'll reach easily enough. We'll slide these under here for now. Get them out of the way. I can remember to put it on the camera. So I've got these little covers, and I'll just VHB them on here, just to kind of cover up the fan. All right, I am going to move to the right side, and we do the same thing. Now those, I think the M3x6s or M3x8s that it's calling for should work. Okay, so we've got these pieces here. They'll go just like that. And then we'll have this one. Let's get rid of the, remount these. Get these holes reamed out with my 3mm reamer. That way the 3mm screws will fit right inside it. That way they just slip down in and they'll bite into these things, which they show going this way. So then this should cut its own threads quite nicely. And it's 3 to hold each one on. And then those pieces that I'll use as fan grills are just, I just took like the first 3 or 4 layers of these, and I cut the rest off so that I had that salad fork pattern. And then that'll give me the same look on both sides, side with the fans and the side without. And they're just going in, cutting their own threads. All right. And then one more. And this will sit in just the same way. So that'll sit in just like that and act as an exhaust. And I think I got one upside down. That one. The one I dropped, I put in upside down. Because why would I pick it up and put it in the right way? Okay. That'll be the right way. And I'm going to need 5 M3x6s to get these panels on. Meanwhile, my phone is blowing up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And these button heads just barely don't fit. So I'm just gonna keep doing it the way I was. It's not hurting to do it this way, but it does look like it would be so much easier to be able to just slip them through. Let's see what everybody's trying to say. All right, so slide this in and get this one in there. Make sure that's my first one. Yeah, definitely do this again, and I'd try to make sure that I've got these where I could just do the slide on instead. This works. It's not too awful difficult. All right, let's get this one on. Let's go ahead and thread this in here for the middle piece. That way I know where that screw is, along with that nut. All right. That caught, and felt like that one caught, so that's good. I mean, that's not too awful fiddly. They're not too bad to get it in there like that. And this one should be quite simple. You just get it under there, slip it in, snap it into place. They do have guides underneath that fit into the channel. There we go. All right, so that takes care of that. slide that out of the way a little bit. Now, I've got to go here for this piece, and I want to go to this touchscreen mod. So I've got my touchscreen. It does have standoffs on the back to do your Raspberry Pi, and it comes with them, but I won't be doing the standoff, the Raspberry Pi. So it does, but it does have them if you wanted to attach direct. One of these was better than the other. I think it was this one here. Okay. And then I need a front piece. I've got two of those, and again, one was just a little better than the other. The Voron logo on both of them doesn't look all that great, but the rest of it does look better on that one. Okay. I might reprint that front mount. So attach screen using 4 M2.5s that were included with the screen. They should be in this bag of screws. There's those. I don't need any of these standoffs, at least not for this project. They may come in handy at another time. So those are Phillips head. This is going this way. I'm thinking it goes that way. It just snaps on anyway. There's nothing, there's no screws to hold it. So if I can always try to reprint it and see if I can get that logo to be better. At least once my 2.4 is back up and running. Should be tomorrow or Wednesday. Okay. There's the screen. And this looks like it should just snap on once you get it peeled. Really didn't want to have to peel it yet, but this would have covered it up, so I wouldn't have been able to do so. There we go. So there's our screen assembly. I do not remember, I haven't pulled the DSI cable out yet, so I'll have to do that later. Then it looks like it's just 3 screws for that. And it looks like I've got, well, we're going to use 2 just in case. And that doesn't say, so we're going to use, do I have 8? 3x8. So let's see if these are short enough. Or long enough, I guess, would be the other possibility. Okay, so screen is on and that'll fit there. But that one is not going to fit, so I'm going to have to look and see what to do about the what I'm going to have to do with these. They're definitely not going to fit. See if I can get it close to centered. Tighten it down. There we go. All right. Don't know what I'm going to do yet with that, but we'll figure something out, I'm sure. Hopefully the feet, I don't think those are going to be tall enough. I may have to do some feet extensions. I don't see where I put the rubber feet, but I don't think they're tall enough. So this may, it may get relegated to something else, or I might do the taller feet extensions. I'll have to do some research on that. But currently, let's pull this down and see where that's at. So that's not so bad. I do have to get the wiring all done, and I'll have to get the thermal fuse that fell down underneath the table up there. But I'm going to plan on doing the next stream again next Monday. A little earlier. I'll go a little earlier. But thank you guys for watching. And I will see you in the next one.